Welcome to the channel. I'm CJ, and in this video, we're going to be talking about why trading isn't always about getting better. Sometimes it's about becoming lighter. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into in this video. And as you can see, we have a trade on the screen as well as some profits. But as we get into that, let's discuss what becoming lighter looks like and how it allowed me to get this trade. So let's get into it. Now, as you can see, this is an S&P trade that came from the New York session yesterday. Today is currently January 28th, 2026, and this came from the 27th. This trade hit take profit last night, maybe around 1 a.m. or so. And yeah, so with this one right here, what we're going to be looking at is how did becoming lighter allow me to get into this trade and how being heavy affects traders and why traders might become heavy in their mindset. So when it comes to day trading, if you've chosen this specific career path or, you know, whatever you want to call it, you have to play many roles and you have to wear many hats. So you have to be the CEO. You start up the business of you trading. You're the accounting department. You have to deal with all the finances. You are the, asset allocation team. You have to choose which assets and pairs you want to trade. You have to choose with which sessions you want to trade. So you organize that. You're the risk management team. Moral of the story is you do a lot of stuff when it comes to trading, and you have to play that role. Now, eventually, you can build your own team and do stuff like that, but I'm talking about for the average trader. You wear a lot of roles. So when you do that and you make a mistake in one area, it's going to drift over and it's most likely going to affect you in another area. For example, you're in a trade, let's use this trade for example. Now on this trade, as you can see, my goal was to make 2K, but it's 1600 on the screen. And that's because I was more committed to the move that I had marked up than it was the specific dollar amount. Now I measured this up and the 1 to 2, it definitely did get hit, I believe, or at least close. But where I got out was based upon the perfect 1 to 2. Now the spread took a bit of that, and also there was a swap fee, so that's subtracted from the total price. But I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't too much worried about that, and I was quite light in the sense of I didn't really care. I just wanted to get the move that I wanted out of it, and sure enough, what did it do when it smacked up that level? It dropped right back down and came back to entry. So, there was no regret or there was no upsetness about getting out a little bit early because $400 or minus the whole 1600. You kind of got to weigh out your options. But that was an example. If I had been heavy and I had been very stuck to a higher R to R, or I had been just so stuck on a number, maybe I wouldn't have hit it. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's talk about some ways where being heavy can mess you up as well. Besides this, you have to find ways to basically like clear your mind and get in a state to where it's like nothing affects you in that moment but that current setup that you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Because setups like this are waiting on you and they're out there and it's possible to be done. But if you have a lot of baggage and you're not clear on your rules, then you won't get in. So as you can see on this trade, we had a nice uptrend going. We pulled back right here. I had a nice trend line drawn up and we broke through. Now I did see it when it came out right here, but it was a bit out of my session time to trade that. And I was like, nah, I'll just wait. I'll come back tomorrow. If it's still trending, then we'll get an entry. And sure enough, the next day it pulled up, came back down, and gave another entry. Now, I'm showing you this because I'm just showing you the simplicity of it. It was nothing special that I did in order to get this trade. It was a nice trend line going to the upside. It broke it, and you had some bullish momentum going on. A simple engulfing candle. It was nothing special, so I was light about the trade. I didn't really have a lot of heavy thoughts, heavy emotions going into the trade. I just let it work. You know what I'm saying? So that was a way that being light allowed me to make profits today. And everything is about being able to catch points. So if you're able to secure and you're able to keep those points, that's what it's about. Uh, I know I'm rambling a bit, but I'm mainly just wanting to show you that being light is what got me this setup in this trade, not overthinking, not doing too much, nothing. It was just simply, allowing myself to get into the right setup and also, you know, take some profits. I don't really know much more to say. I'm dragging it out a bit, but moral of the story is you got to become lighter. How do we do that? First of all, you can hear separate yourself, just don't care, but that's cliche. And it's like, how do we do that if we're playing all these roles and we're doing this on a daily basis? So you need to have maybe some activities that allow you to be more or do more of nothing. You know, when you're overthinking in this game, it can kill you. It can mess you up. And not in the literal sense, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your account. Uh, so what are some ways outside of trading potentially that you can do things that will make you think less? What activities allow you to be in that present moment 100%? Is that going to the gym? Is that going on a nice walk, maybe with your dog or yourself? Is that sitting down and meditating for 20 and 30 minutes and letting your thoughts just kind of chill out so that way you can step to the charts in a clear mind? I don't know what that is for you. It could be anything. But whatever gets you into that present moment and allows you to not think so much, that right there is definitely going to make you lighter. And it has to be a practice that you implement into your lifestyle. So that way it can show up when you step to the charts. Uh, I think that alone right there is some good advice just based upon this one trade. I ain't going to drag it out too much. Uh, yeah, I hope you're able to take something from it. I hope you're able to trade a bit lighter. I hope you're able to do some things that will allow you to be lighter when you step to the markets. You have to write some stuff down, figure it out what it is that allows you to just be in that moment and chill, not worry about nothing. For some people, it's, stuff like this, creating videos, making music, painting, uh, whatever it may be, you got to find that for yourself because if you don't, all of that, and I'm speaking from experience, all of that cloudiness and that stuff you're thinking, it will affect your entry. Had I cared about what happened on the last trade, because the last time I traded S&P, y'all know I took a L. It was right here, I believe. I took a L last time I traded S&P, and I literally did not think about that once when I entered this. So being light is going to allow you to see those profits, yo. I can't stress it enough. Uh, Hope you're able to take something from this one. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. That's the trade for today. That's the mindset for today. Let's level up. Let's do this thing. Keep trading. Keep being disciplined. And I'm gone.